Hello and welcome to the MC Championship 29 games reveal video. This is just a quick short update video because yesterday the MCC Twitter announced all the games that would be featured in the Decision Dome Dial this weekend for MCC 29, so let's talk about it. Just remember that only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. For now, let's dive into which games we will see this Saturday the 18th of March at 8 PM GMT for MCC 29. On screen right now is the graphic that the MCC Twitter revealed at 4:30 PM GMT on Wednesday 15th March for the MCC 29 event, which at the time of this announcement would have been in 3 days time. However, as of uploading this video, it's only 2 days before the event. For each game, the name of the game is displayed as well as a blurred screenshot of the map that will be used for that game. As usual, there are 9 games in the roster. So out of the 13 games from Season 2 that are carrying on into Season 3, 4 are missing and won't be played this time round. These are Build Mod, Hole in the Wall, Meltdown, and Parkour Warrior. Build Mod is getting benched for the 3rd canon event in a row, so I think the truth we must accept at this point is that it ain't coming back in the short term, just like Bingo. Especially as the Noxcrew haven't asked for community build submissions as they did in 2021 and 2022. Yikes. Hole in the Wall was last removed in MCC 23, so it served its time for now. Meltdown is finally gone for the first canon event since its MCC 22 introduction. We've had it in rotation for way too long. And the new Parkour Warrior only came back in MCC 26, but is benched after 2 canon events, which makes sense since Parkour Tag is in this event, so they would want to swap around which parkour game gets played each event. Also, there's no game remix this event. Instead, as it's the first event of Season 3, I think there'll be smaller adaptations to most of the games anyway. Now let's take a look at each game on the graphic. We'll start with the top left and work our way down. Rather than show you the original image, this time I'll offer a slightly adjusted image with some unblurring and color correction to improve image quality. First up, Ace Race on the new Yeti Set Go map introduced in MCC 28, so it's only been played once. Wasn't expecting this since the map is covered in snow and we are well past the winter period, but here it is anyway. This image shows us the end of checkpoint 2 after the Ice Lake and Trident section, where players must scale up the mountain, shown here, using 2 vertical jump pads, which are those little green squares in the middle. Let's take a look at Battle Box on the Graffiti map, which was added to MCC 17 all the way back in September 2021, but was skipped that event. It's only been played once, and that was in All-Stars in November 2021, so it's been held back for a while, but it's finally back. The image shows us the open central area with the 3x3 concrete zone raised at the bottom, which you can access by the side ladders or with your leaf blocks, which should be one of the kits as we saw in All-Stars. Up next, Grid Runners, and like in previous games graphics, the exact same image is used. It shows the finish line, which has never ever changed, and since it doesn't show any of the 8 rooms that will be used, this is pretty useless to us. But I reckon that despite this, there will be at least 1 new puzzle room added for MCC 29, especially for the new season. The final stretch of parkour to the finish line may change, but this isn't visible on the image. Time to check out our first confirmed new map in To Get to the Other Side and Whack a Fan, or TGTTOSAWAF. Important to note that while the image shows for only one of the maps, in the event there are actually 6 rounds and 6 different maps. As I just said, it's a new map. It looks like the image was taken from a bird's eye view, so it could be some sort of drop hole which would be unique to the event. I reckon the orange floor is lava and could rise over time to completely cover some of the easier holes to land in, so as the round progresses, the number of holes decrease and they get harder. Let me know what you think this could be in the comments below. Now we have Parkour Tag on the Obelisk map introduced in MCC 27 Underdogs, so has only been played once. This image looks like it was taken straight from the MCC 27 game's graphics, so we can't see any visible design changes here. No ice speed boost pads, surprisingly, the first map in quite a while to not include these. Up next, Sands of Time. Not much to say here, as like the other team game this event, Grid Runners, the image was reused from previous games graphics. You've got the massive sand time on the right and the less useful deposit sphinx on the left. Surely there will be new puzzle rooms though, again like Grid Runners. We've also got Sky Battle. It's a brand new map. I'm gonna call it Airship for now because of the giant red balloons and the mini basket they're holding up. There is another layer of small islands beyond those which resemble steampunk towers before you reach the very circular middle island. I think those lines of blue are tiny water elevators, but this map already looks super complex from this image alone. Sort of reminds me of the Valhalla map from MCC Island, although of course not the same. The penultimate game is Survival Games, which very fittingly features the Millionaire Mansions 2 map introduced for the first time in MCC 14, which was the first event of Season 2, so it's kinda cool that the same map returns to kick off Season 3. The image displays the center where all players start. For example, those little orange and yellow cabanas on the bottom left are where the orange ocelots and yellow yaks would start. No visible changes. Finally, let's discuss Rocket Spleef Rush. Important to note that while the image shows 1 map, in this game there are actually 3 rounds across 3 different maps. The image here shows the temple map introduced in MCC 23, again with the theme of reusing screenshots from past graphics. Since there are iterations for each map in each round as new pieces of land spawn, there will be more similarly designed temples for players to try to survive on. The difference being that the layout and size will change based on round length and number of players still alive. By the way, temple is one of the fast maps. The last thing to say is that we'll be told in advance of the event about each game and its changes in the MCC 29 update video, which will be released tomorrow on Friday 17th March, so the day before the event, on the Noxcrew YouTube channel. I'll link this channel and the original game's announcement graphic down below in the description. Well, I've been your host, and I'll catch you all next week for the top fails from MCC 29. Oh, and don't forget to watch it this Saturday. See you, Minecraft champions.